Grand Rising, beautifuls. Hello and welcome. This is another installment of our life, right? How beautiful it is to have taken the time to tap into our bodies, to tap into ourselves in this physical realm space, right? This being just woke up. This being just experienced festival space in dream time, and through there also establish the reminders of reflection that as we do, so thus is then everyone also capable of. And the same with you. When you do something, the people around you are then able to mirror that or are willing to mirror that. So, for instance, one of the things that came up in our dream time, we're doing this so that many people can join in as well. So that when we start to break down whatever it is that's going on into our lives and recognizing like how our mental processing is working, if we do this audibly, it then allows other people to both witness our experience and help cultivate the change, cultivate the, oh, you can do that. For instance, talking about a complicated situation with a friend, being like, this is what I'm feeling. Is this what you meant? Right? And talking about it in such a way as so as to not attack each other. It's super important that while we're learning to co-create together, that we're doing everything based out of love. And in love, we want to make sure that everything is understood. And there's no attacking, because we're not here for that anymore. So I can't see the chat. What's going on? There we go. So how are we doing this morning? How are we feeling? There we go. I got the pop-out chat happening. Never had to do that before. Yeah. So I guess let's just start off with taking some nice deep breaths. Oh, Charlie's not feeling so good. Sorry to hear that, Charlie. Yeah, it's good that Charlie's showing up authentically. Super grateful for that. And one of the things, this isn't necessarily related to Charlie, but it did bring something up for us, is the reminder that it feels good to be asked. Like when somebody asks you, how are you doing? It's important to share authentically, I'm feeling this. Remember, not that I am this, but I am feeling this. And then so it's actually giving us a platform to be able to examine ourselves, say, oh, I am experiencing this. And then further, perhaps even asking, would you be willing to hold space for me while I process this versus just dumping, right? How many of us have been dumped on before or have been the dumper? I know I'm guilty on both parts. And so within there, it's like when we're coming to conscious awareness and then we're working on our ascension process, and ascending is actually a fun fact. It's to get us to a peak point, but then from there, we then start to recognize that we create, right? When we recognize that we are enlightened energy, that we then now have to process into how we want to create. So I was just watching Midnight Gospel again last night. Drop a 111 if you watch that, because it's amazing, and I want to encourage everyone to watch it. Woot! All right, wee! Bouncy yoga ball. Yeah, okay, cool. Star Soul's seen it. It's a beautiful show. there's this episode that basically talks about Western esoteric magic and followed up with meditation, enlightenment, and it's talking about all these, really intricate, deep thoughts. And it basically was talking about how uh, Eastern occultism encourages us to reach enlightenment. And then once you're there, then you start doing the work. Western goes straight into the awareness that you're already going to reach enlightenment anyway. So we might as well give you the tools now as to how to propel yourself, how to grow. And that's a big part of like meditation, guided meditation. It allows us to start to traverse worlds, right? We've got all these different meditations so far that have encouraged us to go out of body. And the particular one that he likes to do, this being, is the reflection of the energy that he is, because he is roots in flux zenith. So he reaches down to the earth, he pulls that energy into himself, and then he reaches to the galactics and then pulls that down too. So today we are wanting to do that as well. This time, spending a little bit more time in each place, right? He's allowed for roots energy to be connected some. But he hasn't really allowed us to really be out in the etheric cosmos a lot. And we're going to work on changing that. So if you're interested in that, let's drop a 222 because communication is coming through. And if y'all remember last time, a lot of light language came out. So that was a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. All right, I'm glad y'all are excited about this. I was like, am I going to be over here doing this by myself? But, clearly I'm not. Like, look at that. 5, 6 people jumping in here. All right, I love all y'all. So glad. Hey, and Pinoaks is here. Hi, sister. Wee-wee. We got Pinoaks. We got Star Soul, Abigail, Charlie, Starlight. Ooh, we got our Star family up in here. Kai, Kaleidospective. Okay, I hope I'm saying that right. Chile, pragmatic empath. Okay, I don't know how you say that name. Okay, but hi, gotta see you. Oh my gosh, embarrassment, nervousness. It's great. Remember, I am feeling these expressions. I am not these expressions. I am an empowered being. I am a fully aware divine aspect of divinity shining forth from the cosmos into this here and now perspective of being. Whew. Yeah. So, nice deep breath in. We're going to, I really enjoyed that awareness. So let's drop some affirmations. I don't know. I want to do some EFT problems. I love that problem solving empath, pragmatic. Oh, okay. Yeah. Feels almost like what we were talking about doing. I am divine light. I am divine source. I am divine consciousness. I am a problem solving being. I am an opportunistic awareness that witnesses things as they arrive into my life and allows myself to cultivate change consistently and persistently. I open myself up to connecting with others out of curiosity, being fully aware of all things as they're showing up for me in this here and now space, with no judgment, pure awareness, so as to allow for things to traverse exactly as they're meant to. I am the divine eternal bells ringing in divine light. Modify Charlie's things. I am love. If anybody else has some affirmations, come on, let's drop them in. That really helps. There. Ooh, my legs. I am strong. I am capable. I am powerful. I am so in charge of my life and every step that I take. I am connected to all. Ooh, I like that, especially as I'm tapping on my legs. That feels really good. I am balanced in all ways, always. I am full of good feelings and sensations. Mm, I am capable of feeling all sensations. I am capable of holding space for all sensations and feelings. Shake it out. So much energy. Yeah, Kai. I am rooted in the earth and feeling from the source. Yeah. I like Star Souls too. I can't do the positives. Just pure positivity doesn't work for me anymore. Because it's like, I mean, I would say more of like I am feelings, because there's no good and there's no bad. There's only, your perception on if it's good or if it's bad. And so that's kind of where my brain is like, no, we can't do that. And like, even as I said it, like my stomach was turning, and I was like, so I had to keep shifting. I accept all feelings and I strive for ones that I enjoy. I love that one. That one's great. We're gonna dial in that one. I accept all feelings and I strive for ones that resonate. I am listening. I'm listening to my sensations. I'm listening to my feelings. I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm listening. Ooh, that felt cool. Just wipe it all down after you just tapped. Tap, tap, tap. I'm like, I don't even remember what that one is, but it's like, oh, TikTok, you're so funny. All right. So, all right, let's go. Today, because I don't really feel like opening up for tarot, because I just didn't want to, we're going to jump into the Starseed Oracle. I was reading from it last night, and I was rather blown away. It's still a new deck for me, and I'll be honest, I haven't put that much energy towards it. But today I will as well. Yes. Ooh, Star Soul. I love that one. I only listen to myself and not others' interpretations of how I should feel. I listen to myself and I don't allow other people to dictate how I should feel. Love that. I love that. Ugh. How many people pleasers do we got in here? Okay, now remember, this is the critical part. Remember, you are a people too. So let's start pleasing ourselves. I love that. Oof. I'm working on that. That's definitely a big thing that I'm working on. Yeah, I wish we could just like pin specific things, because that one's juicy. No, okay. That would be so good. All right, so Starseed Oracle, what guidance would be helpful for this now moment in this reflection of the infinite progress of oneness? Ooh, okay. Ow. It's interesting, they're rather quiet today. Grand Rising, Stella. So we're pulling a card from the Starseed Oracle deck. Let's see. What energy would be good for this awareness of now? Okay, there we go. Inner Earth. You'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. You are perfectly on time, newly awakened. That's Jennifer, right? You're perfectly on time, honey. Don't worry. We're just starting to read some cards. This is Inner Earth. It's really pretty. So I haven't read this deck before, so I'm going to go ahead and just read it from the book. And then we're going to jump back into some more meditation stuff. And, I go back and forth between cards and meditations. Inner Earth, also known as Agartha, is believed to be the hidden subterranean world within the planet itself. Many ancient cultures mention it in their stories. It's said that in some of the beings of the ancient lost lands, such as Lemuria, Atlantis, and another really complicated one, went there. Hindu and Celtic lore mention caves and entrances to underground worlds. Tibetan Buddhism refers to the secret mystical city of Shambhala, which is thought to be located in the Himalayas. Many have searched for inner earth in the physical world, but without success. So the mystery continues. Is it a place that exists in the physical or on another level of consciousness? There are solutions beyond what you can perceive, surprising outcomes to your problems and situations, resolutions that are in the best interest of all involved. If you find yourself facing an obstacle or feeling stuck and have no idea what to do, you're being reassured that there's a way out. You'll survive this and things will work out. If you're stuck in a rut, do something to shake up the energy and shift your thinking. Try something you wouldn't normally do. Soon you'll see the whole new world of solutions are available. Things that were previously beyond your focus will present themselves. Helpful people, signs from the universe, and support in both expected and unexpected ways are on their way to you. But first, you need to do something different to shift your focus so that you can receive them. I love this. I love this. Starlight's getting Shambhalas all the time. What can you do to shift your energy or your outlook? What can you do to shift your energy or your outlook? Okay. For me, I'm consistently seeing that every time I take a step, that it is important that I'm taking that step. Doesn't matter what step it is, because it's step by step, we make our day. Step by step, we create the play. Step by step, we create the reverberation in which we're choosing now to be. We're choosing the harmony that we seek. With each thought, with each deed, with each communication, we can all succeed. By sharing our boundaries, by sharing our truth, by sharing our light, we do what's right. And you do whatever is right for you each day and each night. Because only you can honor yourself. Only you can choose to honor the water that we're going to put in front of us too, that we're going to put into our bodies, right? Whatever you put into your body, I hope that you pray, honoring it this day for whatever it is that it may be bringing forth for you to do. I also want to point out that my other deck that I'm going to be playing is Beyond Lemuria. So if you haven't seen this beautiful deck, we're going to do a dive with her too. Oh, she's so pretty. So pretty. Yes, Kai. Yes. Kai says, it's very important for me to remember that it is a choice every moment and not something that will happen to me. But see, here's the point. It can also just happen to you. But that's why we do affirmations. That's why we do, writing spells, writing time, creating this awareness so as to help build up the vibration that these things truly can happen, because they do. They do happen when we call out for them. I traveled literally for 3 years on the thought process of this is what I want. This is what I need. Right now, I'm presently living in an experience because I asked to be able to live in a community living situation so as to be able to dial in more fully, wholly, richly into my gifts and into myself. And then Corona hit, and then I got shuffled into a community living situation instead of traveling and doing festivals like I had been for literally years. So whatever you ask for, you can get. And you may not get it in the exact way that you thought that you might have, but it's okay. That's part of the point. So I hope you've all brought your water out. We're going to do some water meditation. I like to take the lid off for whatever reason whenever I do this. So let's drop our water meditations into the chat, our water gratitudes. Thank you, water. Thank you for providing nourishment, clearing energy from this body, for this vessel. Thank you. Thank you for doing all the work. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being part of my life so that I may have good, clean, clear water. Thank you. I love you. I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for your energy in this life. So grateful for the strength that I find from you, the resilience of being able to shift, change, clear, to be transmutable, and to be like the water, to be both a drop in the ocean in the ocean and a drop. I'm grateful for the reminders of how impactful a single drop of water can be. I'm grateful for the alignment, knowing that this is all an ultimate refinement. Thank you, water, for nourishing and clarifying my body and my mind. Nice deep breath in. I like everything in threes. And then take a nice sip. And then remember to and then gratitude without taste. Mm. 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 Ah. Mm. It feels so good, so juicy, so grateful. Grateful for this water, grateful for this feeling. Ah. Grateful to have so much water that doesn't bother my body. I'm currently on reverse osmosis water. I recognize very deeply that tap water is not healthy for me. And I've recognized it to such an extent that it has made me sick multiple times. So I'm not drinking tap water anymore. But knowing that when we take the time to bless our water, regardless, it still is a different alchemical shift than if we were just to pour it straight from the tap into our mouths, into our bodies. So that's why it's important to reconstitute, to shift the vibration. As we've, I'm sure everyone here has already looked at the Emoto effect of water by saying, I love you, by blessing it. They can look into it with a microscope and then witness the shifting energies of it. Beautiful snowflake. So with that, think about how that also affects ourselves, right? If we're saying negative, unpleasant things to ourselves, it's reflected right back. And then our water cells are then unhappy and dysmorphed and whatever. And so now when we start to build up those loving vibrations, and I guess, this definitely goes back to one of the stars earlier talking about, shifting and desiring good vibrations. It's like we get to remember to co-create the good vibrations. We're on that side of the team, that side of the spectrum. So within there, making sure that we're doing just that. So, nice deep stretch. I want to stretch. Where are y'all at? How are y'all doing? Ooh, tense shoulders. Tense shoulders for me. Remember, just give yourself some love. Notice where you might be hurting, where there might be some soreness, some stiffness. I know I'm stiff because I'm using an interesting pillow. I have for a couple of days. Oh, but I like it. I get really good sleep on it. Oh, lower back massages are so good. I'm doing really great balancing on this ball right here. So the auric field, pulling that into our bodies, the white light. We're going to pull that from the crown chakra down into our bodies, feeling, again, whatever part of you might have been stiff, might have been sore. We're going to take some deep breaths. And with each breath, imagine us coming back, that we're pulling the light from the crown into our bodies. And then as we release, or as we exhale, we're going to release all of the energy, right? And then as we inhale more, we're going to then continue the scan. Does that make sense? And this is going to allow us to fully process and really just sit with it and not try and rush it. We're not in a rushing game today. There's no reason to rush. It's important that we're taking time to be present to every aspect of ourselves. Good morning, Morphic. Okay, so with that, we're going to take 3 nice deep inhales and exhales. Again. And again, we're really wanting to breathe from our stomachs and our bellies, from our diaphragmatic breathing versus just shallow breathing with just the chest. And throughout our day, let's be monitoring anytime that we do shallow breathing versus diaphragmatic breathing. And exhale. Now we want to start visualizing the crown chakra all illumined. Take a nice deep inhale. And as we inhale, we start to notice the white light creeping in towards our head, whatever parts of our face, our neck, wherever it may go for you. And exhale. Witnessing it almost like ebbing up, bobbing up a little bit. And with another inhale, witness the energy moving a little further down. And it can go in any direction. Whether it goes down your right arm or your left arm, makes no difference. But just watch it, be present to it, encourage it to go, encourage it to move, to feeling into your body in whatever way feels right, relevant, and true for you today. And if you just went to one side of your arms, go to the other. Remember, we got to balance ourselves out, give all of our self-love. Perhaps even noting which side of the body you went to first. Let's go into our back. Maybe our chest first. Again, it's up to you. This is your practice. Just feeling into your body, feeling into the crown chakra and allowing that white light to playfully engage into every aspect of your body. Feeling into it, feeling into the white light, feeling into your body, for they are but one, and we often confuse them. So let's reawaken ourselves to it. Nice inhale. Feeling the energy rushing down to my legs now. For me, it starts with the right. And then I just feel all aspects from my knees to my thighs, calves, toes, even down to the little pinky toe. Pinky toe. Oh, it's so gross. Don't do that. I'll tell y'all later. Feeling into our left feet, left leg. Ooh, okay. This next inhale, after you've felt all aspects of your body, really notice any places that are sore for you. And just for a second, for a couple breaths, bring some awareness into those places, honoring them, saying thank you for showing up. Thank you for alerting me as to things that are going on into my life. Yeah. After you're becoming aware of all the little aches and pains, now it's a good time to ask, what is going on? Is there a way that I might be able to facilitate further healing and growth? Is there anything particularly troubling me that I perhaps have dusted underneath the rug and am purposely ignoring? Remember to keep your deep diaphragmatic breathing going. When we use our diaphragm, we're getting a full 100% of oxygen versus the 20 to 30% with the shallow breathing. So we're literally oxygenating our entire blood so much better, so much clearer, and allows you to get blood to the spaces that may not get it normally, or at least not as good. So with calling in the crown chakra, the light echoing from the divine cosmos into our body, into our soreness, with any wisdom that you've garnered about whatever pains you may or may not be experiencing. If you feel called to drop it into the chat, feel free, but I feel really called to ground myself and to go further into the typical practice that I share, that I described earlier. Maybe need some water. Let's do that too. Water break. Talking a lot is challenging. But I'm grateful to experience the challenge and to rise into them. Okay. As we're feeling connected with our crown chakra, with our divine light, as we're feeling connected towards our breath, the same way we're now going to, with each exhale, we will now be pushing into the earth below us from our feet or from our root chakra, whichever way makes sense for you. Connecting, growing our roots down into the earth. Just gently pushing in, growing, perhaps even recognizing the minerals, the compounds that are all around you. I immediately feel mycelium webs, mushrooms all across our earth plane, truly reminding us of how absolutely interconnected that we are. And what might make it easier is to actually trail along the mycelium web today, asking for the guidance of which one leads to the Earth star. Yeah. This way you can just grow with them, noticing how they are growing. So interdependently aware. And they're also helping support us on this journey down to the center star of this planetary being that we're enveloped around, that we're growing with. As we're zipping along the mycelium web, take in whatever feelings, whatever sensations you might be feeling. Tingling, happiness, buzzing. I'm feeling a lot of electricity, personally. Oof. Warmth, coldness. Whatever sensation, it's important just to honor this sensation as it is. No judgment, just awareness. Today is all about awareness, no judgment. Okay. Digging our roots down deeper. Deep, deep to the earth, to the Mama Gaia. We come into the center star. We feel into the being, the presence, the form, the force. Wrapping our roots around the earth star in whatever formation is good for you. But in this wrapping, we're growing around it so as to remind ourselves how deeply connected to all things we are. For as you recognize the center, so you start to recognize all the other roots, past, present, and if you're careful, you could even sense the next, the future. So in here, we want to remind us to plant the seed for our life, for the reality. If you've been doing any affirmational processes, and you are wanting to call forth into this now, here is a perfect space to do so. Take another couple deep breaths here. Doing whatever affirmations you're wanting to call out, whether they be out loud or in your own vessel, whatever truly resonates for you is okay. And gently, ever so gently, if you can feel others, say hello. This is the same roots that are around the dream tree that we all see each other at. We're just in a different form right now. Just a different vibration of being. is perfect too. Now, with this next inhale, we're going to start traveling up and back into our bodies. Up through the mycelium web. It's almost like being ushered back up, helping us travel at warp speeds. Just like that, we're back. Feeling into our fingers, our toes. So buzzy, so buzzy. Again, coming back into our breath, coming back into our bodies. Grab some water if you feel inspired to. Sharing comments, concerns, perhaps even the affirmations that you called out for, if that feels good for you. I love guiding us into these spaces. I'm grateful for the interconnected, interdependent variations that we are co-creating for ourselves to exist within, and how we choose to empower each other. Oh, beautiful Kai. Kai experienced a mother deer and fawn walking into their yard, not 15 feet from them, as they connected to the core of the Earth Mother. I just got total chills with that, Kai. Sense them and open their eyes, making eye contact with them, with the deer and fawn. That is so beautiful, Kai. Such powerful innocence, yet strong reminders, powerful messengers. Once we're done with this first part of the meditation, once we're done with the last half of the meditation, I'll go grab the Wild Messengers deck, and I'll love to read the card for you with that, with the deer. If that would feel good for you. Before we really separate, I want us to remember the core's energy is always there. We're always circling around that core. So with this, I love this pragmatic empath. They release tension in their back. They're feeling connected and grounded. Grateful for this meditation. Thankful for Mother Nature surrounding us and embracing us with her beauty. So for our star siblings, we now want to call forth, with a nice deep breath in through our diaphragm, we'll return our inner gaze towards the crown chakra. And within there, recognize that we can push ever so gently through the crown, visualizing ourselves slipping out. slipping out and thusly into the aethers. We're able to zip out, kind of floating upwards. I'm told that it feels differently for everyone, but in whatever way feels good for you, kind of just feel your etherical energy floating upwards and out, taking your perspective, zooming into the street, the house that you're on. Now jumping to the street, down the streets. It's kind of like we're a drone now. We're just floating upwards and out. Now we're able to see the city. State even. So pretty. And then perhaps the continent, the place that you're at from your perspective. And we're going to rendezvous kind of about just far enough that we can see the wholeness of the earth. Okay, today we're going to connect with our own sun. Normally I take us to the galactic sun, but I realized that we haven't connected to our own. We see it every day. So now let's go and play. As we start to fly through, we notice our moon shifting around, taking its sweet time, doing what it feels called to do. You might see Mercury and Venus. I'm told Venus is actually a lush green space. We'll visit her soon, as well as Mercury. But for today, let's go visit the sun. Flying around it, feeling the heat. So hot. And yet, we're completely safe. There's no true heat, no true temperature can affect us in this space. This is what brings life to our earth. It illuminates all shadows. So within there, it's illuminating whatever shadows that we're needing to explore within ourselves. It only wants to encourage us to grow. There is no shame. There is no guilt. It's out of its pureness and its essence of being. It shines and it gives you love. It does not care if some days you might cajole it for being too hot, and others for not being hot enough. It simply is. And we can use that as a reminder for our own life. To not worry about being enough. Be enough for you, doing what you want to do. You want to shine like the sun, baby, shine like the sun. And whatever it is that we choose to do, just do it with full gusto, with full love and appreciation, knowing that sometimes somebody might get burnt. Somebody might have bad feelings, mixed feelings. It's important that regardless, you still keep doing what you feel called to do. If you shift it a little bit, how you do it, That's up to you. But we're not here to people please anymore. We are the only people, the only person that we really need to people please. Because if we're not happy with what we're doing, we start to then feel resentful towards it. Then it starts to become an obligation instead of a celebration, the reverberation of your truth and creation. So let's seek to do that in this world so bright. Let's seek to set right and do and do and do night after night after night, whatever it is that we truly feel is right. It's the reminders from the sun, it's the reminders from me to you. Let's activate that light and truly channel that inner Galu, which is the light force that echoes between me and you and you and you. Like that, the meditation bids us adieu. So we're going to cultivate an awareness of coming back into our body. Flying back. All through the stars. Yeah. Wiggling our fingers and our toes. Perhaps getting some more stretchies on. Oof. And I thought the sun was going to be invigorating. I didn't really realize. So how was that for everyone? What are we gearing to set ourselves up for this day? Where is it that we are wanting to be? What energy did the sun speak into you? Okay, well, we got our card. Yo, we can't make this shit up. All right, shine your light. Okay, look at that beautiful thing. Number 44. Okay, cutie. All right. Doing what you love, time to thrive, giving from the overflow, life purpose, being authentically you, compassionate, self-empowerment, loving life, trying things you resonate with, bring joy to others by being an inspiration. You are amazing. There is no one like you, and no one can do you as you can. Yet we sometimes feel that we need to be a certain way, a way not aligned with our authentic self. You may feel obliged to do something or someone. You may feel obliged to be something or someone. You may have stopped doing some of the things you love due to time or energy restraints. When you take time to do what truly makes you shine each day, you will light up and bring joy to other people's worlds. As you go about your life, you will have a sense of purpose and have naturally inspired to fulfill your responsibilities. You will also have more energy and love to overflow. Doing what we love can bring so much goodness to our hearts that it filters into other areas of our life. Yet when life is demanding more of us, we give up things that we love to make way for more practical pursuits. When we finally come back to these pursuits, we wonder why we waited. For so much of my life, I did not paint, as though I thought it was self-indulgent. I questioned how doing what I love could be beneficial to others. Now the constant messages of gratitude I receive for anchoring my visions on canvas make me wonder how I ever thought that way. It takes discipline to do what we love, especially if we are natural givers. It is easy to get caught up with other people's lives. There can be a strong cultural belief that fulfilling a creative need is selfish. The irony here is that tending to our own needs harms none, and we will have a lot more to give. It is time for us to collect our light and shift the vibration here on Earth, starting with our inner sense of being. Try those things you've always wanted to explore. Weave enjoyment through your day to day experience. Find purpose and the inspiration to spring out of bed in the morning. It is time to thrive. Where can you shine your light? When you have a purpose, you also have limitless energy and no joy. Where can you grow enthusiasm in your life? Consider how you can be more aligned with your passion so that you can harness your light. It may be time to return to something you enjoyed, but stop doing for no good reason. You are a sovereign being. Regain compassionate empowerment and remember what lights up your world. Yes. Oof. Oof. All right. That was some juiciness. I have to totally admit. I was like, right after the let's go visit the sun meditation, we get to shine our light. Hello. Oh, oh, so gorgeous. And I love that, Kai. That was definitely one of my favorite lines as well. Yeah, we're going to leave that one out. That's going to be part of our thing today. Oh my goodness. So yeah, how was that for everybody? Do we just want to like howl a little bit? Because I'm pretty like excited and pumped. Like honestly, the card gave me more life than either of the other two places. I felt like I just dropped down into absolute stillness with both meditations. Like I thought the sun was going to be like just pumping full of fiery energy, and instead it's like, no, we're chill. I'm like, but I don't know really. Like the galactic sun is pretty chill too, and that's like literally 20,000 times bigger than our Earth sun. So, you know. I don't know. Expectations, we know what they are. They're bullshit. So yeah, drop some numbers. Where are you feeling at? What's dialing in for you? Share that. That would feel good. And yeah, I'm feeling really pumped. And I'm gonna go grab the Wild Messengers deck so that I can pull that card reading for Kai. Oh, Abigail, you cried a little bit, baby. Oh, that's beautiful. If there's anything you want to share about it, that would be beautiful to experience as well. I love hearing what resonates with other people and how it resonated. So I don't know where it's at, so I have to look it up. You cannot tell me that there is nothing in here that's not a deer. It probably has some fun, fancy name. How is that even possible? We got a moose. For the record, I'm looking at the Wild Messengers deck, and is an elk a deer? Oh, yep. See, they're using the word heart. Okay. 89. Okay. Ooh, okay. So this is actually one of the major arcana cards. So this is what the card looks like. And then I'll read it. So honestly, everybody, this is gonna be a 5-page read if you want to be a part of it. I understand. If not, I also understand if you want to go away. This is going to be really cool. There's going to be a lot in here. If anybody happens to have their journal near them, I really want to encourage you to look at it, but at the very least, stick around for this invocation and the heart speaks. So I'll go ahead and do those two things first, and then I'm still going to read the card. I'm going to read the whole thing because this stuff is really juicy. And considering that this is a major arcana card, this is definitely a powerful moment. The fact that Kai was visited by two of them is astronomically amazing. So I really feel called to share this. Uh, so the invocation. It is not time to make quick move or leap ahead. Heart, I call upon your keen ability to stay still and listen during the sacred pause. I have just emerged from a powerful time of change and awareness. I have been tempered and forges in the fire of transformation. May my intuition sharpen as I wait signs and synchronicities to signal my next move. It is a time of fertile silence, where it's best to know, where it's best to hold what I know and who I am becoming close to my heart. Else I risk diffusing the energy and insight gained. Okay. Again, I'm jumping over to the heart speaks, although there was a couple lines over here that I'm really excited about. Do you perceive any gaps between your inner and outer selves? While there will generally be a slight difference between who you are inside and who you present to the world, I wonder, would a shift in priorities create more unity between the facets of your identity? In nature, my kind live in many different ecosystems and habitats, from grasslands to tundras to the rainforest. I can be at home in nearly any environment. You can feel equal belongingness regardless of where you are when you are centered in your purpose, focused on your priorities, and moderate with your words and deeds. When some of our young emerge, they are speckled with spots to help them be camouflaged from predators. As they mature, their spots fade and their coat becomes a solid shade. This reflects your own process of maturation. You can shed some of the protections you once depended on, relying instead upon your maturity, strength, and quiet self-confidence to best protection in this wildly unpredictable world. I have a large open chest that contains a strong, slow-beating heart. I will rarely resort to violence unless I am provoked or in rutting season. In those moments, I am fierce as I can be, as I need to be. If you've been feeling fiery of late, ask yourself whether it might be because you're in a rut yourself. If so, it is in your power alone to move through it and onto a different path. My antlers are a temporary creation, and I shed them in ongoing progressions throughout my life. They grow larger with each subsequent set, beginning as velvety soft tissue and mineralizing into hard, bony structures. Likewise, I encourage you to shed any ideologies or dogmas that you may be holding on to too tightly, creating painful separations from others. You can shed these rigid constructs gracefully, trusting every layer of perspective you develop will be increasingly deeper, stronger, wider, and more resilient. Oh, so happy to hear that, Kai. Okay, so those are the two big ones that I love to share first regarding any card. There's two types of working prompts, and honestly, there's not a lot of middle text, but I really love to read the middle text because there's just juice in it. I mean, it's a tarot deck. Like, what else do you expect? It's juicy. With the sure-footedness of a heart, an adult male red deer over 5 years old, you can walk the middle path of moderation. Heart's antlers reach to the cosmos while its hooves are planted firmly on the soil. It is time to find a balance between the worlds you walk in. Heart appears to encourage you not to overindulge in fantasy, overworking, escaping, shopping, sex, or other potential distractions at this time, but also don't deprive yourself of pleasures. Walk the fine line between not enough and too much. Yes, the heart heralds moderation in all things. When the heart appears, it is a sign that you have been through a huge period of growth and dissolution, expansion and contraction. And now you're being asked to practice discernment to allow deep integration to occur. Heart's still confident gaze is directed at you. Inquire within about any ways that you could be sabotaging yourself to prevent deeper learning and not from taking root into your psyche and system. Rather than seeking highs and laying low, what would be possible if you remain centered? If you are in a situation where you could be tempted to take extreme action, the heart cautions you to slow down and consider a more moderate way. Take pause to breathe and to consider how to shift from reactivity to proactive responsiveness. I like that. That's a new thing. Proactive responsiveness. Calmness and focus will benefit you greatly. The word deer stems from the old word dior, I don't know, D with a chica over it. I mean, it's not like a chica, it's a, I don't know, ulat? No, ulats are the double dots. I don't know what this word is, which originally indicated a wild animal of any kind. Only later did the word become specialized to indicate members of the Cervidae family. I love that I'm learning new words. Don't judge me. That's my favorite thing. Whenever somebody mispronounces a word, I'm like, did you read that in a book? Read that in a book? Fuck yeah. I don't know how to not make that seem like it did. But I'm learning too, so whatever. With heart as the messengers of integration, sometimes known as temperance, perhaps this is an invite to redefine wildness. Wild does not have to mean unruly. Wild could simply mean true to self. Allow your personal truth to settle deeply into your bones, unifying your internal and external selves. This liberates you from extremes in emotions, choices, and circumstances. Integration and percolation provide freedom from drama. To help you remain centered, it can be very empowering to clarify and claim your core values. This way you can filter your choices through the lens of those values and more easily discern in what direction to go. Core values are the building block for your life. Think of them as essentials. If they are missing from the ways you live, then your life feels incomplete and misaligned. A core value can be something that you state in a sentence such as, my spiritual practices are very important to me. Or in a list of keywords, my key values are integrity, courage, spiritual faith, playfulness, creativity, belonging, and intersectionality. Below, here are some prompts to help you articulate your core values. So this will be a part where if anybody feels called to, I'm going to take pictures of the two additional assignments that are in here, and then I'll post them up into the group in the Discord. I actually need to get ready to go. I have an appointment at 12. So yeah, I love y'all so much. If there's any last comments, thoughts, concerns that you want to share, I want to actually make sure I mark this page. That would feel good. Yeah, personally, I'm working on doing the gym life thing a little bit. I'm working on getting my body into the space that I would like for it to be. I'm 32 years young, and I would like to remain the ability to do stuff forever. So, yeah, wild, true to self. Yeah, that feels really good. And soon I'm totally going to do the sound meditation to dial in. I just always forget to do that, and I always forget what they are. Just like doing ohms. So if y'all would like to type in any last thoughts, comments, and then we'll go ahead and do 3 nice deep breaths and ohms. So we're going to start now with one deep breath in. Inhale in. Infinite love, infinite gratitude. Thank you all for showing up today. You are absolutely amazing in everything that you do. I hope and trust that everything is coming into alignment for you from the infinite source of the Galu, from me to you. I love you. Thank you for showing up this day. Thank you for appreciating. Thank you for showing up and being a support in this nexus of creation, of co-creation, of celebration, the unification of oneness, wholeness. Know that in our heart that we are never apart. And if you should ever need me, dear heart, I am right here to help take part in the grand unfolding of your celebration of oneness. Thank you.